What if one simple online bookstore became the foundation of the greatest business empire in modern history? Behind every fast delivery lies a company that transforms shopping, cloud computing, and global commerce. This is the incredible story of Amazon and the fortune that changed the world forever. Long before Amazon transformed global commerce, Jeff Bezos was already building an impressive career on Wall Street. He worked at one of America's most innovative investment firms, where billions of dollars moved through financial markets every day, and the brightest minds competed to predict the future of business. But Bezos had always been driven by curiosity. As a child, he loved taking machines apart, building experiments, and understanding how technology could solve real-world problems. That passion led him to Princeton University, where he earned degrees in electrical engineering and computer science before beginning a career in the rapidly growing technology industry. Rather than choosing a traditional career path, Bezos joined companies that embraced innovation. His intelligence, discipline, and willingness to take calculated risks quickly earned him recognition. Before turning 30, he had already become one of the youngest senior executives at D.E. Shaw, one of Wall Street's most respected investment firms. Then one ordinary report changed everything. While studying internet trends, Bezos discovered that internet usage was growing by more than 2,000% every year. Most people saw an interesting statistic. Bezos saw the beginning of a technological revolution that would reshape the global economy. He carefully analyzed dozens of products that could be sold online. Books stood out immediately. Millions of titles existed, yet no physical bookstore could stock them all. The internet removed that limitation, making books the perfect product for a new kind of business. The opportunity was enormous, but the decision was risky. Leaving a successful Wall Street career meant giving up financial security to pursue an uncertain dream. Bezos later described using what he called a regret minimization framework. He imagined himself decades into the future and asked one simple question: which choice would he regret more? The answer was clear. Missing the internet revolution would haunt him far more than failing to build a company. So he resigned, packed his belongings into a car, and drove across America with a bold idea and an uncertain future. Inside a small garage, that simple idea became the first chapter of Amazon, a company that would eventually redefine shopping, technology, and global business forever. Leaving Wall Street behind, Jeff Bezos traded certainty for uncertainty. He walked away from a prestigious career to build a company that didn't even exist yet. It was one of the biggest risks of his life, driven by a belief that the internet would transform the way people shopped forever. During a cross-country drive to Seattle, Bezos and his wife planned the future of the business. Business models, financial projections, and endless ideas filled the journey. With every mile, one vision became clearer: create the world's largest bookstore without owning millions of books on physical shelves. Seattle was the perfect place to begin. It offered access to talented engineers, major book distributors, and a growing technology community. The company's first headquarters was a small garage. It was far from glamorous, but it was filled with determination, discipline, and relentless ambition. After considering several names, Bezos chose Amazon, inspired by the world's largest river. He wanted a name that represented endless scale and limitless growth. The first website was simple, but behind its plain design was a revolutionary idea. Anyone with an internet connection could browse millions of books from home, something no traditional bookstore could offer. As orders slowly began arriving, every purchase triggered a small bell inside the office. Each sound reminded the team that another customer believed in their vision. Before long, the bell rang so often they stopped celebrating every order and focused on keeping up with demand. Jeff Bezos personally packed books, carried boxes, and worked late into the night alongside his small team. No task was considered too small. Every improvement was designed to make customers happier and encourage them to return. That obsession with customer satisfaction became Amazon's greatest competitive advantage. Within months, orders arrived from every American state and soon from countries around the world. Investors began recognizing Amazon's enormous potential, even as many critics questioned whether online retail could survive. The tiny garage startup was growing faster than anyone imagined, and only a few years after its launch, Amazon was preparing for the milestone that would change its future forever. Just 3 years after its launch, Amazon reached one of its biggest milestones. The company went public, inviting investors to believe in a bold vision for the future of online commerce. The public offering raised fresh capital and gave Amazon the resources to grow far beyond selling books. Instead of slowing down, Jeff Bezos accelerated his investments. New warehouses, advanced technology, and stronger infrastructure became the foundation for Amazon's next stage of growth. Every dollar was invested with the future in mind, not just the next financial quarter. At the same time, internet companies across Silicon Valley were attracting enormous amounts of investment. Confidence seemed unstoppable. Many believed every online startup would become the next billion-dollar success. Stock prices climbed rapidly, and excitement spread throughout the technology industry. Then the dot-com bubble suddenly burst. Billions of dollars disappeared from the stock market almost overnight. Thousands of technology companies collapsed, investors panicked, employees lost their jobs, and confidence in internet businesses fell to its lowest point. Amazon was hit hard. Its share price dropped dramatically, and critics predicted the company would eventually run out of money. Many analysts argued that Amazon spent far too much while earning too little profit. To them, failure seemed inevitable, but Jeff Bezos refused to change his strategy. Instead of reacting to daily headlines or short-term market fear, he encouraged his team to think years ahead. Even during the crisis, Amazon continued investing in warehouses, technology, and customer experience, while competitors were forced to cut back or disappear. As weaker companies closed, Amazon quietly strengthened its position. Customer satisfaction remained the company's highest priority because Bezos believed loyal customers would outlast any temporary financial crisis. His philosophy was simple: focus on customers, continue innovating, and ignore short-term market noise. When the crisis finally passed, Amazon emerged stronger than ever. It had survived while many rivals disappeared. Books had started the journey, but Amazon was now preparing for a much bigger mission to become the online marketplace for almost everything people could imagine. Surviving the dot-com crash wasn't the finish line for Amazon. It became the beginning of an even bigger transformation. While many internet companies disappeared, Amazon used the crisis as an opportunity to reinvent online shopping for the future. Books had always been only the first step. Amazon quickly expanded into electronics, toys, clothing, household products, and thousands of other categories. Millions of items became available in one place, creating a shopping experience unlike anything customers had seen before. Every major decision was guided by a simple principle: build the best possible experience for customers. While many companies focused on short-term profits, Jeff Bezos remained committed to earning customer trust that would last for decades. That philosophy led to one of Amazon's greatest innovations, Amazon Prime. What began as a fast shipping membership soon changed the way people shopped. Two-day delivery became an expectation instead of a luxury, and competitors struggled to keep pace. Behind every fast delivery stood one of the most advanced logistics networks ever created. Massive fulfillment centers, intelligent software, automated systems, and carefully planned transportation routes allowed millions of packages to move across countries with incredible speed and efficiency. Amazon also opened its platform to independent sellers. Small businesses suddenly gained access to millions of customers around the world without building their own online marketplaces. As more sellers joined, customers enjoyed greater selection, lower prices, and faster service, creating a powerful cycle of growth. Years of patient investment were turning Amazon into one of the world's most influential companies. But behind the scenes, another project was quietly becoming even more important. Hidden inside enormous data centers, millions of computer servers were powering websites, applications, and businesses across the internet. Very few people realized it at the time, But this invisible business would eventually generate enormous profits and become even more valuable than Amazon's retail empire itself. The next chapter of Amazon's story was about to change the technology industry forever. Most people believe Amazon's fortune came from online shopping, but behind the scenes, another business was quietly becoming far more valuable. Hidden inside massive data centers, Amazon was building the digital infrastructure that would power much of the modern internet. In the early days of the internet, launching a technology company was expensive. Businesses had to buy servers, build data centers, and maintain complex computer systems before they could even release a single product. The process required enormous investment and valuable time. Jeff Bezos saw a different future. Instead of forcing companies to purchase expensive hardware, Amazon would allow them to rent computing power whenever they needed it. This revolutionary idea became Amazon Web Services, better known as AWS. For startups, the impact was enormous. New companies could launch applications within minutes instead of waiting months to build their own infrastructure. Large organizations also benefited by reducing costs while gaining reliable computing power that could expand as their businesses grew. As cloud computing became essential, more companies trusted Amazon to operate their most important digital systems. Streaming platforms, online retailers, financial institutions, healthcare providers, and software companies increasingly depended on AWS every single day. Behind almost every online service, Amazon's invisible infrastructure was quietly doing the work. Unlike retail, cloud computing generated much higher profit margins. AWS quickly became one of Amazon's most profitable and valuable businesses. Continuous investment in artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, analytics, and advanced computing kept the platform ahead of competitors and strengthened Amazon's long-term growth. As Amazon's value continued rising, so did Jeff Bezos' ownership stake. Years of patient decision-making transformed bold ideas into one of the greatest fortunes in modern history. His wealth wasn't created overnight. It grew through innovation, long-term thinking, and the power of ownership. With Amazon thriving, Bezos turned his attention toward even bigger ambitions, inspired by a lifelong fascination with space exploration. He began investing billions into technologies that could shape humanity's future beyond Earth. Amazon had transformed global commerce. But for Jeff Bezos, the greatest mission was only just beginning. Amazon created extraordinary wealth, but Jeff Bezos was already looking far beyond online retail. As his fortune grew, he began investing in ambitious projects that could shape the future for generations to come. One childhood dream had never disappeared. Since he was young, Bezos had been fascinated by space exploration. He believed that one day millions of people could live and work beyond Earth, and he wanted to help make that future possible. Instead of seeking quick publicity, he quietly invested billions into Blue Origin. For years, engineers focused on one goal: building reusable rockets that could dramatically reduce the cost of space travel. Every successful launch brought that vision one step closer to reality. Reusable rockets changed the economics of space exploration. Instead of discarding expensive launch vehicles after a single mission, they could be recovered, refurbished, and flown again. That innovation promised to make future space missions more affordable and far more frequent. Beyond aerospace, Bezos continued expanding his investments into emerging technologies with long-term potential. He supported innovative startups, advanced research, and companies developing solutions that could transform industries over the coming decades. His acquisition of The Washington Post also reflected his interest in preserving strong journalism during a rapidly changing digital era. As his investment portfolio expanded, Bezos reduced his dependence on any single business. His wealth continued growing through ownership in valuable companies, while new ventures created additional opportunities for long-term returns. Luxury homes, private aircraft, and other high-profile assets represented only a small fraction of his overall fortune. Most of his wealth remained invested in productive businesses and long-term assets. Bezos also committed billions to environmental initiatives, scientific research, education, and charitable programs. Increasingly, his focus shifted from simply building successful companies to creating lasting impact through innovation and long-term investment. But one important question still remained. How did Jeff Bezos become one of the richest people in history? The answer wasn't a massive salary. It was ownership. Decades of patience, disciplined investing, and the remarkable growth of Amazon transformed a simple startup into one of the greatest personal fortunes the world has ever seen. Jeff Bezos didn't become one of the world's richest people because of a massive salary. His greatest financial asset was ownership in the company he created. As Amazon grew over the years, the value of his ownership increased alongside the company's extraordinary success. This is one of the biggest differences between earning income and building wealth. Many executives receive high salaries, but founders often create far greater fortunes by owning successful businesses for decades. Bezos understood that increasing the value of Amazon was far more important than maximizing his annual paycheck. As Amazon expanded around the world, investors became increasingly confident in its future. The company was no longer just an online retailer. It had become a global technology leader with businesses in e-commerce, cloud computing, digital advertising, logistics, entertainment, and artificial intelligence. Every successful division strengthened the value of the entire company. Amazon Web Services became one of the company's strongest profit engines. Its rapid growth generated billions of dollars while proving that Amazon could lead industries far beyond online shopping. That success increased investor confidence and pushed the company's market value even higher. Throughout this journey, Bezos rarely focused on short-term movements in the stock market. Instead, he concentrated on innovation, customer satisfaction, and building businesses that could continue growing for decades. That long-term mindset became one of the greatest drivers of Amazon's success. Net worth is never fixed. It rises and falls as the value of company shares changes. Much of Bezos' fortune has always remained invested in Amazon rather than sitting in cash. His wealth grew because the business itself continued creating more value every year. His story became far more than the story of one billionaire. It became a powerful example of how patience, ownership, disciplined execution, and long-term thinking can create extraordinary success. From a simple online bookstore grew technologies that now power global commerce, cloud computing, logistics, entertainment, and countless parts of everyday life. But perhaps Jeff Bezos' greatest legacy won't be the billions he earned. It may be the lasting impact his ideas continue to have on the future of business, technology, and innovation for generations to come. Extraordinary wealth tells only part of Jeff Bezos' story. His greatest achievement wasn't simply building one of the world's richest companies. It was creating systems that continue influencing billions of lives every single day. What began as a small online bookstore grew into a global technology empire. Millions of deliveries, cloud services, and businesses now depend on ideas that started with one ambitious vision inside a simple garage. From the beginning, Bezos believed innovation should come before immediate profit. Instead of chasing short-term rewards, Amazon invested patiently in technology, logistics, and infrastructure. Many of those investments took years to succeed, but they eventually transformed entire industries. Customer trust became the foundation of Amazon's growth. Faster delivery, reliable service, lower prices, and constant innovation encouraged people to return again and again. That long-term relationship opened the door to new products, new services, and even bigger opportunities. Throughout his career, Bezos encouraged teams to think years ahead instead of reacting to daily headlines. He believed patience, disciplined execution, and continuous improvement would always outperform short-term thinking. That philosophy became one of Amazon's greatest strengths. His journey also reminds us that meaningful progress requires calculated risks. Success is never guaranteed, but refusing every opportunity can become the greatest mistake of all. One garage, one website, and one long-term vision eventually reshaped global commerce, cloud computing, logistics, and modern technology. Whether admired or criticized, Jeff Bezos permanently changed how businesses think about innovation, growth, and customer experience. Even today, Amazon continues expanding into artificial intelligence, automation, healthcare, and industries that barely existed when the company first launched. Somewhere today, another entrepreneur may already be building tomorrow's global company from an ordinary room, a garage, or a single bold idea. History rewards those who stay patient, think differently, and keep building long after others give up. From one online bookstore to a global technology empire, Jeff Bezos proved that long-term vision can truly reshape the world.